ask you, after Iran first fired into Israel back in April, and America did assist in helping to shoot down some of the incoming missiles into Israel. They get credit for that. But then they were very clear, you should be grateful that none of the missiles did not land, or at least the majority of them. And it was the Harris and Biden administration urging Israel not to respond and then saying America will not be part of a response. That was shocking to me. I think America ought to have more clarity. In this second case, Iran fired hundreds of ballistic missiles into Israel. And again, Joe Biden is trying to tell Israel how to fight their war against radical Islamic terrorism. Kamala Harris is saying the same thing. She doesn't want to even use the word radical Islamic terrorism. So I'm having a hard time understanding why Israel would care. In my view, Israel's best response, that they are sponsoring all of the terror in the region, would be to take out their refineries, cut off their their money supply. And secondly, if they took out those nuclear sites, the world would be a much safer place, in my opinion. What's yours?
Sean, I agree with you 100%. First of all, this is radical Islamic terrorism. That's what it is. Everybody needs to get on board with that statement right now. It's exactly what the IRGC is about. That's what their revolution was in 1979, which forced all the Jews in Iran to be exiled into Los Angeles and Texas and New York. And Israel right now is doing the world's work, and we're doing it with fervor. And I think what you're seeing right now, Sean, these selective operations are going to be targeted at missile depots, number one. That's to make sure that we're not going to see another barrage of 300 missiles get fired at us and different drones and whatnot. The second thing that Israel, from what I'm hearing from my sources in Glilot, are going to be command structures. Any command structures involving leadership where decisions are getting made, we're going to start going after those also. And then the third piece to this attack is going to be logistics depots. That'll mean that any missiles moving around, any Predator drones getting moved around, those are going to get hit as well. But here's where I think Israel's at mentally right now. They're going to tap Iran, and they're going to tap them with a nice little cross, and they're going to slow Iran down. And then if Iran decides to come back at Israel again, the real work is going to be done in the vanguard, quietly preparing to separate, if you, for lack of a better term, heads from bodies or torsos, like we did with this Milchania, like we did with Fuad Shulker, like you just saw with Hassan Nasrallah with that bunker buster. The real work is going to be done by Israel's intelligence, and that's going to be targeting the IRGC leadership. And we're going to see what the escalation is going to look like from here. But this operation will be selective. But the Israeli Air Force is very elite, and they have a very capable ground commando special operations unit called Sheldag, which can laser target every one of those targets in Tehran. And Israel is hitting Tehran now as we speak, and Israel's not going to hold back. It's going to be contained. However, the damage will be significant. If Iran comes back, which Israel is anticipating, that real work is going to get done quietly in that special operations sphere while Israel plans another pager-style attack for those leaders.
Under Donald Trump and the sanctions that he put on Israel and pulling America out of that ridiculous Iranian deal that would have brought them to the brink of having nuclear weapons, which they brought back. But under Trump's sanctions, they weren't selling their oil on the world market, and they were pretty much on the verge of bankruptcy. And now they have all of this money because Harris and Biden turned a blind eye to the sanctions that were bankrupting them. They're the ones funding Hamas, Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, the Houthi rebels. They're the ones that are firing those expensive ballistic missiles. In other words, didn't they make Iran rich again so that they can foment this terror in the region and fight these proxy wars?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Sean. All that money, billions of dollars, got pumped into the IRGC. To this day, it makes no sense to me why. Iran is an existential threat to the entire Western way of living. It was a monstrous, colossal mistake, and now Israel's paying the price on their northern border. They're paying the price with the attacks on October 7th. They paid the price with numerous attacks that are coming out of the West Bank now that Israel's having to deal with. And so the Biden failed policy, which Trump had in control, has emboldened the IRGC, which is the exact opposite, Sean, of how you deal with terrorism. Counterterrorism is through strength. Counterterrorism is through who's scared more. And right now, Israel has to dial up the gas on Iran because of the mistakes that this administration made. And let me say this, Sean. Harris and Biden taking credit outside of that first missile attack, in my opinion, is ludicrous. Israel's been carrying the bulk of this with their Air Force and with their brilliant defense systems. And Biden and Harris trying to take credit for Israel's defense. No one's buying that, and I'm certainly not buying it. It's Bibi and the IDF and our generals and our Mossad chief right now that are leading this entire operation. And I hope that when Trump gets in, it's going to turn quick because he's smart. He took out one of Iran's leaders immediately back when he was in office because he understood the existential threat. And I agree with you 100%. I'm going to be deep diving this into my new podcast, Sean, the Aaron Cohen Show. Major mistakes were made here that need to be corrected. And hopefully we see Trump slip in the next 2 weeks.
Well, as President Trump's been saying, Israel has the right to win their war, win it quickly. And if you want to win it quickly, you hit them in the wallet, in the pocketbook, so they can't foment terror around the region. And the other way is they do the world a favor because the world cannot stand or tolerate Iranian radical Islamic mullahs with nuclear weapons. That is a thought I don't even want to have in my mind. Thank you both. Morgan Ortegas, Aaron Cohen, we appreciate you being.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of my work and you enjoyed this interview, you're going to love my new show, The Aaron Cohen Show. I'm going to be tracking the biggest issues when it comes to Israeli special operations. I'm going to be peeling back that curtain. But most importantly, I'm going to be combating that anti-Israel misinformation head on. This show is going to give you exclusive insights and interviews. It's going to be an extension of my work on the news, and you're not going to find anything else like it. And I need your help to amplify it. Please hit the link in my bio or in the description and grab yourself a mini sponsorship package. They start at like $25 and be a part of spreading the truth and supporting the Aaron Cohen Show mission.